so interesting because a lot of times people will pull these things from me on the internet and they'll be just thinking, and they think I'm crazy, or I don't know. I find that sometimes people may even think like, is she hopeless in love? Is she bitter about love? But I'm not. I think I have a son, and I reached a point in my life for me where when I was younger, I think I was spending a lot of time thinking there was a certain way that I should be to get the goal I wanted. And growing up with my parents being married all my life, it was very much like, that's the thing, because that's what I saw. That's what I knew, and it was beautiful. They've always loved each other. They've always had a great relationship I've admired. And so I would think, okay, this is how I should be. And this is, if I do this and I do X, Y, and Z, then this is the outcome I'll get. But you experience life and you see that life is actually not a merit system, unfortunately. And this goes across the board. Like, unfortunately, being a good person doesn't mean you're going to get a great job. Having a nice attitude doesn't mean you're going to have the best friends. Being loving doesn't mean you're going to receive love. And so then my faith and my choice to live with integrity came less from thinking that I was going to get a reward from it and more from just, that's who I am and that's what aligns with me. Yeah. And then it leaves me in this place of not being open to love and things like that, but just not centering my life around the result of getting it in a certain way.
Okay, guys, welcome back to another video. Please let me know what you all think on the comments down below and subscribe if you're new to the channel.
And so when I say certain things, I find it to be interesting with the people's responses to it, whether I say, I'm here for love, but we don't need to be in the same house, or, I would love to, be interested in somebody, but also I'm cool if it never happens. It's interesting, almost I don't want to say projections, but the responses that you can get as a woman to say that and really mean that. And it's almost like because you don't feel like that's the ultimate goal, you've somehow given up. But it's like, what if we were to say that, like, there are a bunch of outcomes, there are a bunch of things. So, I never know how serious, you are when you're saying these things sometimes, but I love it because I feel the idea that people think I'll eventually change my mind, or that it's just something needs to happen for me. And it's like, but I am hopeful in love. I do feel these things, but also my life is going to be good regardless. You know what I'm saying?
I do. And it starts with self. And sometimes things that are foreign to people, they're not quite understood. And so also there's projection over their lives from generations, but also society. And we grow up in a world that has this timeline for us that we must all conform to. And they've created the picture, which is so far removed from ancestral community, as well as lifestyle, from the food we eat to how we pray and commune together. Society now has placed this, I'd say, brainwash effect over all of us. And so we only know what we have been taught. Yeah. And to unlearn anything or look at something that's much different or slightly different is a shock to our system. And it's easy to criticize it and judge it and think something is wrong with that person. But we're all different on different timelines, and we have different journeys and experiences and trauma to unpack, et cetera. Yeah. But it's, speaking of your journey, thank you for that. Because I didn't even know. But I understand you also get the comments.
Yes, right? I get so many comments. Yeah.
When your intentions are just pure, honest, raw, real from your experience. And then there's arguments in the comments amongst